Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, as you saw from the title, we are going to talk about the NUDIE PATOOTIE Laura Lee palette. First of all, let's just talk about this packaging because it is gorgeous. I want to address an elephant in the room. I look very orange. It's not like a fake tan. I tried to do like a customized white balance thing and it's like not really working, I don't think. And the viewfinder, I look very orange. I don't know if that's gonna if that is how it's gonna be like on the actual computer, but this is just how I'm gonna look. So sorry about that, but I don't think it distorts the colors at all, so you guys will be able to see the pigmentation and everything the way it is. But yes, we are going to be talking about the new Laura Lee NUDIE PATOOTIE palette. This packaging is gorgeous. It's like a matte packaging, and then the NUDIE PATOOTIE is like raised. Do you hear that? Like, that's so satisfying to me. When I first saw this little thing down here, the Laura Lee Los Angeles little logo, like in her video, I thought it was a pig. No joke, thought it was a pig. Don't know why, but I did. I thought it was just like the little snout and the little legs down here. I don't know, just something weird that I thought it was. So today we're going to be talking about this. If you guys don't know who Laura Lee is, which you probably do if you're watching this video, you definitely know who Laura Lee is. But she is a YouTuber and she has her own brand called Laura Lee Los Angeles. She came out with the Cast Pajamas palette, I think in 2017. I think that was her first launch of a palette. And she's coming out with, I think, lipsticks and lip liners or lip glosses or something that kind of go along with the NUDIE PATOOTIE theme, but they don't come out until I think later on in the month or a few months from now. So that's that. But yeah, she is a YouTuber. She'd come out with her palette. I've never tried the Cast Pajamas palette. Just wasn't into it. I mean, I liked the colors in it a little bit, but it wasn't something I would really grab every single day, so I just figured I don't really want it. But this palette, I am definitely a nudie girl. Like, I love my warm tones, this is gorgeous. So to tell you a little bit about this palette, I obviously have never tried this before. None of them have ever been swatched or used or anything. So this will kind of be like a first impressions as well as like a review telling you guys if I actually like the palette or not. This palette goes for $45. I bought it for $45 and I think it was like $6 shipping. Something like that. I think it came out to like $51. Let me check. This palette was $45 and it came out to $51.50, so yeah, it was like $6.50 for shipping, which is not bad. I think for 14 shades, if they work nicely, I think $45 is not a bad palette, but look at the colors. I will swatch them for you guys. I don't necessarily love swatches. I just don't think they really do a palette justice, because I feel like what really does a palette justice is putting it on your eyes, wearing it, and see if it actually works on you, if that makes any sense. But I will do swatches because I know people love swatches. I like seeing swatches, even though I know it doesn't really matter because that's not how they perform on your eyes. But I will, of course, be doing swatches for you guys. I do not want to ramble too much, but I did want to mention before we jumped into this palette, I want to mention that when this palette arrived to me, it did come kind of, I don't want to say shattered, but in pieces a little bit. I kind of pushed them back into the pan. But the shade All Natural and Jaybird, I'm not sure if you guys can tell like in the camera, but see this color and this color down here, these two kind of came like out of their pan and they move around. Like the pan moves around. And I know, oops, and I know like people have been complaining about like their eyeshadows falling out. Please don't fall out. Mine, it's upside down right now. They don't come out, but they are kind of crumbly, and the color Buff right here like looks as dry as the Sahara Desert. Like, it looks super dry, but I don't know. We'll find out. We'll swatch them. We'll put them on the eyes. We'll see. Obviously, I'm not going to use every color in the palette because it's not that challenge, you know, that's a challenge. It's not that challenge. I want to actually test out the palette, plus I'm going out, so I want to look presentable. And I did email the company, Laura Lee Los Angeles, and I sent them photos of like me opening, just so that like they knew that like this is a problem they should probably fix. And like usually brands will be like, oh, okay, like we'll send you a new palette, or like my Jeffree Star lipstick came and it was like melted and broken, like literally just broken. And I emailed the company, I was like, hey, like just so you know, like the lipstick's broken. They're like, oh, no problem, we'll send you a new one. Like, you're good, don't worry about it. I was like, okay, sweet, thanks. I emailed them, I want to say like 5 days ago, and I still have not received anything back from them. I am not expecting another palette. I don't really mind because the shadows are, you know, repressed into the palette. It was only 2 shadows that were kind of messed up. It's not really that big of a deal to me, but it's kind of weird that they haven't emailed me back. I do want to just jump right in and get started on the eyes in my eye look because I need to go. So I am going to be using this. I might blind you a little bit by showing you this, but this is the mirror. It's huge. I love it. It doesn't like distort your face whatsoever. It's actually a really nice mirror. Oh wow. That's a nice mirror shade. Hello. So I'm going to be using this mirror just because I feel like if I went to travel with this, which I would, it's so sleek, it's so nice, it's skinny, it's long, it would be a great palette to travel with. Plus it has all your like, this is like the colors I wear. Like this is what I wear. Nothing else really, this is what I wear. So this is definitely a palette I would travel with. So I do want to see if like I would have to pack it in the mirror, but I probably wouldn't because this one seems great. So we're just gonna jump right in. So this is the color Stark. Did I swatch that okay? Yeah? Oh man, I'm not good at this. This is the color Undressed. This is the color Topless. And this is the color Shrieking. So this is the color Uncover, Strip, Bare, and Exposed. Oh, you can't see that. See, look, I'm gonna come up close. You see all that guck on Exposed? I don't really know, it's like flecks of just stuff. So this right here is the first row plus Exposed down at the end. Okay, so moving on, we have All Natural, Reveal, Jaybird, and Butt Naked. Those are such pretty colors. Like I don't even care that they are not really in the pan. Those are gorgeous. They still do have that like flaky effect, the one that Exposed did, but I don't know, on the eyes, hopefully they look bomb. Now we have the color Buff and Nakey. That Buff is the one that I said looks a little dry. It does feel a little bit more dry than Jaybird, All Natural, and Exposed, but it is still very, very pigmented and beautiful. So those are the bottom row minus Exposed. Okay, I can't get those shadows off my arm, but that's okay. We're just gonna go right in and start the makeup look. So I'm gonna be taking a Morphe M441 brush and dipping into the color Streaking. And I'm just gonna run that kind of everywhere, but mainly in the crease to really start that transition. Ooh, holding up this palette is hurting my arm and I haven't even been holding it up for that long. Man, my arm hurts. Okay, so I put that color Streaking just in the crease, kind of to start a transition color. Now, what color do I want to take? I think I'm gonna take the color Strip. Should I do like a golden look today? I think I'm gonna take the color Strip. I'm gonna take that on, let's see, this brush right here, a Morphe 576. I'm gonna dip into the Strip color, tap off, and go right below. This is like a yellow mustard color. She gives you like a little piece of paper that like has all the shades on it and kind of like, not the inspiration behind it, but like yellow mustard, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that. She gives that. Guys, I know I keep dipping back into the palette and then going my eyes and back into the palette. That's not me saying, obviously, because I'm not saying anything, but that's not me like kind of saying, not verbally, that the pigmented aren't shadows. Woo! That the shadows are not pigmented, but I do go in, when I go into a palette, I take a very, like, literally that much, like nothing, like literally nothing, and I go in, and I like to build up. I don't like to swirl and go in and like have a bunch of product, so I'm not saying by me dipping in a million times that the shadows are not pigmented. That's not me saying that at all. I'm just saying that, like, that's what I do. You know, I take a little bit of product, because if I put too much product, if I don't like it, I can't take it off, but I can always add more and build up. So I'm just letting you guys know that me dipping back into the palette 1,001 times is not me saying that these shadows are not pigmented and gorgeous, because so far they are. Right now I only have the colors Strip and Streaking, both of those shades, on my eye, but like, they're pretty. Like, I'm not sure if you guys can tell on the camera because it's probably too orange and I probably shouldn't mess with the white balance, but you know, I did, so we're gonna have to deal with that. But they are very, very, very pretty, and so far, so friggin' good. Now I'm gonna take the color Butt Naked in the palette, and I am going to go on with a, no idea, it's a MAC brush, but it's rubbed off, so no clue. I'm gonna take a little bit of that, tap off a lot, and kind of just go looking straight because I do have hooded eyes. I am just gonna go right in the outer crease. And whatever's left on my brush, bring in. But not too much, not too harsh. And once I figure out where that is, then I'm gonna open my eye so that I can really get that shadow pigmented right there. That shadow pigmented, what? I don't know what I'm saying. Oh my, you know what I'm trying to say. Oh. Forgive me. And then I'm taking it and I'm packing it on the outer corner right here, really to get that pigmented right there. Not super neat because I don't care if it's super neat yet, but I'm just packing it, packing it, packing it. These shadows are very pigmented, so I would suggest what I'm doing, go in a tiny bit and go through your actual like steps and then keep going back in. I would definitely not pick a lot of product up because they are super pigmented, which is obviously not a bad thing whatsoever. But if you're not really going for like a muddy, messy look, I would go in very, very light-handed at first and then build up the color as much as you want. Like guys, when you look at the shadows in the actual palette, like they don't look like when you pick them up and you put them on your eye, like they don't look like they're gonna punch a pack, you know? They don't look like they're gonna be super dark and pigmented. But Butt Naked was a little bit more deep than I was expecting than it was in the pan. I thought it was gonna go on very light, very, you know, airy, and it's not. And that's not saying that I don't like it. I actually love that, but it's just a lot different than what I expected looking at this palette. I've never tried Laura Lee Los Angeles palette before, obviously, but I know that she really tried to amp this palette up because a lot of people, I'm just taking a brush, a clean brush, and blending those two shades together. I know a lot of people were shitting on the Cat's Pajamas palette, not only because the packaging, but because some of the formulas and everything like that. So I feel like when people come out, especially YouTubers, when YouTubers come out with products, I feel like people are automatically like, oh, it's gonna suck, or oh, it's not gonna be good quality. And I feel like YouTubers putting out a product, I just feel like no, I mean, maybe some might, but I feel like not a lot of YouTubers will put their name on a brand or on a product or make a brand that's gonna suck, because then, you know, they're gonna get shit for it. They can't hide behind the fact that the product actually does suck. So I feel like no matter what product someone comes out with, who is at least a YouTuber, like some brands obviously have shitty palettes, but like I feel like YouTubers are really gonna put their whole time and effort into a palette because they know so many people are gonna try it, so many people are gonna knock them down if it is shitty. So I feel like she took a long time to come up with this palette to make it perfect and make it what people want. So I don't know, good for you, Laura. That was like a random freaking tangent, but good for you, Laura. Like, for real, so far I'm loving this. I know a lot of people are gonna come for you and say, you know, probably horrible things, but I mean, shit, don't say anything until you try it out, because these shadows are beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I love my Jaclyn Hill palette, but this might be a new, I've only used like 2 shades, but this might be a new like traveling palette for me. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with the color Nakey Nakey. It's that last deeper shade in the palette, and I'm gonna take that on a crease 315 brush. I think this is from like CVS, and I'm gonna have that blending brush ready to blend this out because this isn't very good at blending, but I definitely want this to place the color down for me. And I'm gonna really focus that on the outer V. I'm gonna try and like create my own little V in the corner. So just putting that and then packing it on with the same brush to about 1/3 of the way onto the lid. just blending that out. I'm gonna take a little bit of the color Reveal on that clean brush. Just pick up a little bit, kind of to blend everything together. I like to do this with like nude brown shades. Or you can go in with the crease shade you use, which was Streaking. But I want to use this Reveal shade just because I like it. So don't judge me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like blocking my face. Oops. Really quick. I know I just said I'll be back, but like, are you guys still into ASMR? Like, let me know. I know ASMR was like huge, like a few months ago, but let me know if you're into it. I don't know. I think it's the weirdest freaking thing in the world. Like, truly, I really think it is one of the weirdest things in the world. It's so weird to watch, but it's so satisfying. Like, if I really cannot sleep, I will throw on an ASMR video, watch like 3 of them, put my phone down, turn the lights off, and pass out. I love ASMR. Jeffree Star just came out with a video where he was doing ASMR reading hate comments. It was freaking hilarious. Of course, like, he's not like a true ASMR or what? He's not a true ASMR, I guess. Is that what you call it? I don't really know what you call them, but like people actually like just put ASMR videos and like they're so freaking satisfying. If you guys don't like ASMR, you need to, I'll put the girl I watch on the screen. Like I watch her videos whenever I try to fall asleep because she's just so freaking relaxing. I'll put her name up here. If you guys like ASMR, you need to know who, I think her name's GB. You guys need to know, you just, even if you don't like ASMR, go check her out because honestly, it's so satisfying. Okay, so now that I have that brown on both the Nakey color, I'm just gonna take a little bit of my Revlon concealer and kind of just cut out the front of my crease so that we can go in with 2 metallic shades to see how those go on. And yeah, I'm not gonna do this on camera because I need this like this close to my face and you guys won't be able to see me. So I'll be right back once I have this carved out just a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is put All Natural more towards the outer V and then either J-board or exposed in the inner corner. Not 100% sure, but we're going to go in and do that really quick. She said that you should apply these colors wet, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to spray my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus. I usually apply things with my fingers, especially shimmers, but I'm going to try and use a brush for this just because I want to see if maybe a brush works for this. Like I said, this color is kind of falling out a little bit just because it came damaged, but it is picking up on the brush a little crumbly like I said in the beginning when I was swatching them, but they could not go in the eyes like that. So let's just put that more in the outer V. Damn, that's pretty. Oh my god, my crease looks horrible. We won't talk about that. That gold is gorgeous. I'm gonna go in this side really quick. Okay, so like I did say, they are kind of crumbling on the eyes just a little bit, not too bad, but they are crumbling just a little bit. I'm not sure if that's because my shadows came out of the pan to begin with, but they are crumbling a tad. I think I'm gonna take the color Buff now and kind of focus that more between the matte dark and the gold, just so that it's not like a line. So I'm gonna put a little bit, like I said, this one feels a little bit more dry than the other ones, but I am still gonna spray it just so that it goes on nice and kind of blend the gold and the matte dark together. I'm just taking that on a Naked 2 brush that I got in my Naked 2 palette. And again with this side. So after those 2 colors are put down, I'm going to take the same brush that I was using, the Morphe R42 brush with the gold color, and I'm going to take the other side and I'm going to go in with the color Exposed. I'm trying to use all these shades that kind of fell out of the pan just to see like how they actually perform. Again, this one, like I said, this headband is starting to hurt my head. Like I said, it is a little crumbly. Not sure if you can see that, but it is a little crumbly. Let's see if it goes on the eyes. A little crumbly. Yeah. Okay, hold up. Oh no, fallout happening. And I don't really like this color with the gold. Don't love that. Not loving that. I think I'm gonna just take the gold all the way to the front because I'm truly not loving that. And that color is having a lot of fallout. And I'm not in the mood for that. So let's try and dust that away really quick before we get too ahead of ourselves. Now I'm gonna go in with the Morphe 576 brush. I'm gonna mix a little bit of Butt Naked and Nakey and kind of just blend out that crease just a little bit because I don't really love a very, very sharp cut crease just because since I do have such hooded eyes, my creases end up transferring on the upper lid anyways, and I don't want it to look like it transferred. I want it to just look like it's blended out, you know? So if I blend it out before, then it doesn't look like it actually transferred onto the lid. It just looks like I was supposed to put it there. I'm not really loving how this eyeshadow look turned out, but we're gonna work with it. We're just gonna continue with what we're doing. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna take a little bit of the color Streaking and Butt Naked and just mix those two and blend it really into the outer corner and just bring it in. Now on a M432 brush, it's just like a flat brush. I'm gonna take the color Nakey and really focus that close to the lower lash line because I don't want that blown out because the top of the eye is so dark. I don't want the bottom to be. So I'm just gonna focus that really close to the lower lash line and not bring it all the way in, but whatever I have left on the product, whatever I have left on the brush, I'm gonna just like fan out into the inner corner, but really focus it on the outer. Okay guys, so I'm almost done with the eyes, but I do want to try out one of these like shimmer shades up here, just for the brow bone in the inner corner. None of them are really like standing out to me. But I think the closest one that will probably look the best is probably Stark, which is this like stark white color. I just feel like these two aren't going to look as good. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the color Stark, and I'm not going to wet my brush just because I want to see what it looks like without wetting the brush. I'm taking it on a M213 brush. Dipping into these shades really quick, like they're kind of like wet, you know, like they don't really feel, none of them have really had that much fallout. They feel kind of wet, which I really, really like. But I'm just gonna take a little bit of that. I'm gonna try that again. All right, no, not feeling that at all. I'm struggling to make this look come together. I think I might just go in with my cheek highlight. I think I might be done with the palette. Let me go in with my cheek highlight on the brow bone. I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna put on a little bit of mascara. I'm not gonna wear lashes today just because I don't really feel like it. I'm putting on a helmet after this, so this is all gonna get ruined anyways. So let me just go finish off, put on a little bit of mascara, come back, we'll talk about the palette, we'll see what I think. Not really 100% sure how I feel yet, but like, we'll see. So I'll be right back and we will conclude the video, okay? Okay guys, so I just threw on some mascara and then I used the Gerard Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the color Immortal. Gerard Cosmetics has probably the best liquid lipstick formula in the world. Gerard Cosmetics is probably my top, then Jeffree Star, then the Smashbox ones. The Smashbox, don't know what they're called. Always On matte lipsticks. These three are the best, but Gerard Cosmetics is like the best. It doesn't feel like I have anything on. They stay on. The bomb. Anyways, not what this video is about, but I do love that liquid lipstick. So I did just want to close out the video quickly. This is the final look that I got. Not 100% sure if I'm feeling it or not, but like not because the palette itself, just because I don't really like what I did with the look. So I kind of threw on a bold red lip to kind of like distract from the eyes, just because I'm not really 100% feeling it. So what I think about the palette, I think it's nice. I do 100% think it is worth $45, especially for 14 shades, and 14 shades that are like gorgeous. Like there's not one shade in here. Besides the color Undressed, I don't really like that color. Probably not a color I'll ever dip into, but besides that color, every single shade in this palette is absolutely stunning, and you can literally, like, it's just stunning. And personally, I think there should have been another, like, shimmer, like Uncovered or Streak or Topless. I think there should have been another color that really worked with All Natural, just because there's not really like a gold undertone light shimmer in here, which I really would have loved. Like, I would have loved if I put this on the lid with a little bit of Topless, like in the inner corner or anything like that, but there was not a shade that I saw for All Natural that I could do that with. I tried Stark, but wasn't really feeling it. But that's just me. I know a lot of people come up with eye looks that look gorgeous with this. I could come up with like 6 eye looks just in this palette that look absolutely stunning and all different, completely different, light, really intense night out, all day look. Like, you can come up with a lot with this palette. So yes, I definitely do think this is worth the $45 or $51.50 with shipping. So there's not really much else to say. Like I said, I don't really love the way my look turned out. I will keep you guys updated down below to show you guys how the shadow wears. If I do come back at a reasonable time tonight, I will probably hop back on camera just to show you guys if the shadows hold up throughout the whole night, because I know that is a very big thing with shadows. A lot, probably like 95% of the shadows that I've ever tried don't really hold up on my eyelids super well, because I do have very oily eyelids and I don't have a primer that like is like intense for me yet, that I'm like in love with. So I do want to see how these shadows hold up. But so far, they're gorgeous. They blend effortlessly, completely and totally effortlessly. I love the way they blend. They're pigmented, they're gorgeous. I just love them. So like I said, down below in the description box, I will let you guys know like my final results after coming home, letting you guys know how long they wore. It is, what time is it? What time is it? Come on, come on, come on, open. It is 6 o'clock right now at night, and we're gonna go out, and then I will come back and I will let you guys know how long like they actually wore up down in the description box below. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the palette review that I kind of did. It's not really like a review, more of like a first impressions type thing. I don't know. I like it. I like the way the look, you know, went on originally. I don't love the way it turned out, but that's just my fault because I didn't pick. Like, the color scheme that I put is fine, but it's just, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't really like the way the look turned out, but I do love the way the shadows blended. So the way the look turned out does not reflect on this palette whatsoever. If you guys are thinking about this palette because you just want a small, smooth, sleek, neutral palette, I would definitely suggest getting this. If you did want a palette with more colors and more variety, I would suggest the Jaclyn Hill palette. As you guys know, that is another palette that I am obsessed with. I love that palette, but this is definitely a runner-up for me. This I will probably bring like 95% of the places I go, like probably 100% of the places I go, this palette and that palette will be like my top 2. I'm going to a wedding next weekend, and this is definitely, I think I'm gonna bring this. I probably won't even pack the Jaclyn Hill palette. I will probably just pack this. And you guys know how much I love my Jaclyn Hill palette, so that is saying a lot. But guys, I don't want to ramble anymore. You guys know how I feel about the palette. Again, my final results, because I do like to see how shadows wear throughout the day. If they do not wear throughout the day, I do not necessarily think that the palette's worth it. I think shadows should at least wear for a few hours, because like if you're going out to the club and you dancing and you sweating and the shadow is like everywhere, I don't really want to buy that palette. But that's all on you. Like I said, down in the description box, I will let you guys know my final results and how long they were. It is 6 o'clock right now. I will tell you guys what time I get home down there as well, and how long they wore and when they started wearing off. But yes, guys, that is it. No more rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video and if you guys like me, then subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and that notification bell so that you guys are notified whenever I upload a video. I try and upload once a week. Sometimes they're a little bit late. They're never a little bit early. Sometimes they're a little bit late. Sorry. I did not post. I usually try and post on Fridays. Sometimes doesn't happen on Fridays. Last week was finals week, so it was like and crazy hectic for me, so I of course did not post last Friday. Anyways guys, thank you so much again for watching this video. I really, really appreciate it, and I really, really hope that I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.